Okay.
Great.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
My name is Dominic.
So,
What's your name?
I'm Isabella.
Good to meet you, Isabella.
And thank you for agreeing to do this for my class. So,
Sounded interesting.
What do you do? What's your career?
Yeah, I'm a medical student here at Duke, so that's a lot of fun. I'm in my 3rd of 4 years and focus on a lot of research right now.
Okay, and so what type of doctor do you aspire to be?
So there's a new field of medicine. It's called interventional radiology. Basically, you mix surgery with x-rays. You're doing minimally invasive procedures and using those x-rays to do as little damage to the body as possible.
Okay, and so what do you most hope for in life or in your career doing this type of radiology?
So I got first introduced to this field back when I was in Houston working for NASA. This is the kind of medicine that you might use to help someone if they have a medical emergency in space. So kind of a pet project or an idea that I have always floating in the back of my mind is try to maybe become an astronaut one day. Not in a random, dream far out there view, but more in the sense of what's the best place for me to be to potentially be an astronaut.
Yeah, and so how do you mentor people or help people get into what you've been doing?
Yeah, so I mean that's a big part of the work because it's a relatively niche field. That mentorship is really important, and I benefited a lot from that. So I've taught quite a few courses on the subject, so people interested in space medicine are free to take any of that stuff. Some of that stuff's freely available online. Otherwise, I get lunches, coffees with undergrads and give them advice because no one in my family did medicine either. So a lot of those people, I try to give a little bit of advice to someone who's going through the medical pipeline and to help them figure out, hey, here's how I got into medical school. Hopefully this works for you too.
And so where do you see yourself in 10 years, career-wise or elsewhere in your life?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is residency takes a while, so I'll be just out of residency by that time. I'll be out for 2 or 3 years. And there's a few different IR clinics, different ways of doing it. If you go academic, which is working with a hospital system like Duke or UNC or something like that, you can do lots of cutting edge, cool procedures. If you work private practice, you'll probably be better compensated. So that's kind of the determination I'm making. I'd be happy living anywhere though. So North Carolina, Colorado, California, Texas, whatever that looks like.
And what advice would you give to someone who wants to make a difference in the world like you?
The biggest piece of advice would be probably just to pick a topic and stick with it. A lot of people will encourage hopping around or this thing is your pet interest, that's your hobby. I got my start in space medicine because I used to work with helicopters. That introduced me to aerospace medicine, that introduced me to space medicine. Every stage of the way I just kept doubling down on it. And so once you find a little bit of success, just keep double, triple, quadrupling down on it, and that will help you make some serious success in a field.
Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with me, Dominic.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you, Isabella. Be well.